Help support our coverage with a free account on Privacy, the service that keeps you protected when shopping online. Get $5 to try it now by using promo code QZZ2J.
And this is a ring that controls objects at home by pointing, and I'm really, really excited to talk. Mr. Patel, thanks for joining us today.
Pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So I just want to get into this. Well, CES has been great so far?
So far, so good. BBC came by today, so that was
Oh,
quite
that
special.
was nice.
Really excited. And then Wired Magazine's going to come next. So really excited.
Well, I'll be by.
Can't complain.
Well, I think the Tech Ranch, which is my little project as well, we'll be swinging by too. So
oh, wonderful.
Yeah. So I'm anxious to hear about your story, and then I'll bring my crew by probably sometime tomorrow. You're up on the upper floor here too, right?
Actually, last year we were on the upper floor. This year we're downstairs
because
we won the CTA award.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's very, very cool. That's very cool. Well, then it'll have to be Friday because we're finishing up here tomorrow. So
no problem.
So show us what you got here. I'm pretty excited. Let's put that right here on that little dot.
Right here, and I will say,
oh, there we go. Oh,
that's the ring.
That's the money right there.
So,
all right, so tell us about the ring.
So in a nutshell, it's a Lotus Ring for people with physical disabilities. This ring helps you control objects at home by pointing. But unlike traditional smart home technology, let's say unlike, say, Alexa, there are no apps, no rewiring, and no internet. It's completely offline.
Okay. So is this osmosis? When I want to turn that light off, I just point the ring to it?
Well, let's show you.
All right.
All right. Let's make sure it's real. So
right.
This is a regular wall switch.
Yes.
We'll pretend this is either the light in your ceiling or your fan or even an AC. It doesn't actually matter.
All right.
But for the purpose of this regular wall switch, step one, you put on the ring.
Okay.
We recommend your pointer finger.
Okay.
Because there's a small button that you can push with your thumb.
Okay.
So you'll notice I can push it, and there's a little red light that comes on.
Yes. Okay.
So step one, you put on the ring.
Okay.
That eliminates the need to have a smart speaker in every room of your house because the ring stays on you and goes with you wherever you go.
Yep.
So you don't need to replicate smart speakers. Okay, that's step one. Step two, for any existing wall switch, and this is even true for the little toggle switches that flip up and down. This is one example. You take our second half, and you just bring it near the wall switch. And you'll notice it just snaps on using magnets.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
There's no rewiring. You just snap it on. You'll notice it doesn't fall.
Okay.
You can manually use it as well. So you can still push the wall switch.
Oh, of course. I was going to ask that right away. So, okay.
Yeah. So for anybody else at home, you can still walk up to the switch and push it like you would.
Yeah. That's actually kind of a techie way to do that, too.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, so basically, we eliminate any rewiring, which is what you would have to do otherwise to have smart home talk to any device, right? Because you need it to connect to the internet to be able to talk to Alexa, Google, Siri, whatever.
Right.
So step two, snap on the switch cover. Step three, you can just point and click. Point and click. So actually, if you show that to the camera, you'll see.
I see what's going on here. So this actually,
Yep, it's physically pushing the wall switch.
That? That's really clever.
So that's the magic trick.
Yeah. You seeing that, Nancy?
So you push the button, and it's physically pushing the wall switch.
Yeah.
Here.
It's like a mini robot in here. It's magic. It's magic. That's really clever.
So there you go. You're officially a Lotus installer, and you can point and click.
I got a new career.
Basically, in a nutshell, it lets you go from home to, say, quote, smart home or accessible home in seconds. I mean 2 seconds.
Yep.
And you can take it with you wherever you go. So, for instance, you and I are here. We're traveling for CES. Even if we had a smart home, we couldn't bring it with us.
Right.
Except we're using these in our hotel rooms upstairs.
Yeah.
And so that's the idea. It's that anybody can convert any space into a smart, accessible space in seconds, whether you're living in a rental apartment or you can take it with you, like if you're traveling for work or for pleasure in hotels or Airbnbs.
So there has to be a pairing scenario here.
Ah, good question. What if I said no? There is no pairing. I am not making this up.
If I live in a large apartment building and there's 100 other people that have Wi-Fi in the building, and
Great
it's just
question.
crazy, all kinds of challenges with that, right? You're telling me that we could have 100 different units and there would be no pairing needed here.
That is exactly what
How's
I'm telling
that possible?
you. So first of all, it's completely offline.
Yes.
So it doesn't matter how many Wi-Fi devices there are, it's completely offline.
Okay.
It's kind of like having 100 TVs in your building,
Okay.
but you don't accidentally turn on and off somebody else's TV.
I
when you're
do
using-
I do for fun sometimes. But no, I'm just kidding.
Right, so the point is, infrared is the technology that it uses, just like a TV remote.
I
So it's
see.
almost like a TV remote
I
on your
see.
finger. And the reason it works is because infrared does not penetrate walls or floors. So I can't secretly or accidentally be
Yep.
outside your home and be
Yep.
controlling anything in your
Yep.
home. That's number one. Number two, the benefit of infrared is I could have, so now let's say, we're not worried about other apartments because there's no way to control them, right? It doesn't penetrate walls or floors.
Yep.
Now, within your own home, if you have many of these Lotus devices, the nice thing is you don't need an app. All you need to do is point to the device you're trying to control and push the button. And everything else stays off. Because it's infrared, only what you're pointing to turns on and off,
Gotcha.
sort of like a TV.
Yep. Yep.
It's actually more like an infrared flashlight. It's not a laser pointer, so you don't
Yep.
have to hunt.
Yep.
But at the same time, it doesn't turn on everything
Right.
all
You
at
just
once.
have to get in the general direction.
Yeah, so it's like if you know how to use a TV remote, you can use this.
Okay. Okay. So besides light switches, what else can we do?
The beauty about this is it controls whatever the wall switch controls. So unlike IoTs of today, it is not specific to what you are trying to control because it's piggybacking on your existing home wiring.
Okay.
So if your wall switch controls a ceiling fan, guess what?
I
You
see.
can control a fan.
I see.
If your wall switch controls one of those window ACs, the one that stick out the window, guess what? You can control a window AC. In fact, today, in addition to lights and fans and appliances, we can even control televisions. And for televisions, you don't even need the switch cover because all televisions from 30 years ago have always had infrared.
So you can just turn it off.
You can turn it on and off. In fact, turning off, ironically, is the more popular feature because when you've just fallen asleep, you don't want to have to hunt
Yep.
for the remote.
Yep.
So you just turn it off
Yeah.
and either sleep wherever you
Yeah.
are or go back to your room.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. These available now?
Yes, we are officially shipping. And so a starter kit starts with 1 ring and 3 switch covers.
Okay.
And that's for $349 if you directly off the website.
Okay.
Our website is getlotus.com. That's the name of the company. Lotus like the flower, getlotus.com. If you're working with a partner organization, and that's our big focus right now, we're trying to help large numbers of people with physical or cognitive disabilities. So if you're working with one of our partner organizations, either the government, so federal government is Veterans Affairs for veteran soldiers, state government, State of New York, and with a whole slew of disability organizations, everyone from ALS Association to folks with MS, multiple sclerosis, to anyone with intellectual and developmental disabilities like cerebral palsy. So if you're working with a partner organization, you get it only for $299. So you get it for cheaper.
Nice.
Our goal is essentially to make this not just physically accessible, but economically accessible as well.
Yep. No. It's a very, very, very intuitive, very fun, very interesting product that I could see help a lot of people, including us that just are too lazy to get up and turn the light on and off occasionally. Or I want to impress people, right? I can just do that.
I mean,
but-
that's essentially our
practical.
thesis. And I have to credit my alma mater. So I'm an electrical and aerospace engineer by training.
Okay.
I previously used to manage a division at Apple for iPhone Watch and AirPods. I was there for about 8.5 years. And that's kind of the design philosophy, which is it needs to be so simple and it just should work.
Right.
And that's our thesis, kind of to your point, which is it's not just for people with disabilities. Anyone can benefit from it, and that's our goal. Our mission statement is we build tech that everybody can use by optimizing for disability first.
Yep.
Because by doing that, guess what? Our other most popular customers, pregnant moms, from prenatal to postnatal,
Sure.
they love it because trying to get out of a
Yep.
chair,
Yep.
you have limited mobility,
Yep.
really helpful. New dads, you've just put your baby to sleep. Guess what? You can't move your hands.
Yep.
You don't want to make a sound. You're not going to get up. And you
Yep.
certainly can't yell, hey, Alexa, turn off the lights. And so those, we have older adults, like, your grandma, their grandma or grandpa, they're probably not super tech savvy. They don't usually want to learn new pieces of technology. They know how to use a TV remote. They can use this.
Yep.
So anyone that you're concerned with having falls, preventing falls. I don't mean monitoring falls. I mean preventing a fall, because you don't have to get up to begin with. So for instance, my dad has Parkinson's. He's quite a bit older. He's had a fall, so has my mom. So this is really beneficial for folks like them, like my own parents.
Yeah.
And so
Is this kind of what inspired you to do this?
actually, funnily enough, I'm talking about my parents. The genesis was my own story.
Okay.
You can't tell because I'm seated on a chair right now, but I was born with twisted knees.
Okay.
Me and my brother both. And over the years, I'm on and off crutches a lot. One night a few years ago, in my own home, I had just gotten into bed at the end of a long day, but had forgotten to turn off my lights, as you do. But I was too tired to get out of bed, hop onto my crutches, hobble 10 feet, turn off the light, hobble back 10 feet, and get back into bed.
Yep.
So I said, forget it, I'm just going to sleep with the lights on. And I did. And woke up in the morning not having slept well, thinking, well, if somebody like me, I'm an electrical and aerospace engineer, managing a division at Apple. This was when I was still there. I've even worked at the company that makes wall switches. I've worked at Lutron. I have 37 patents. If an engineer like me doesn't even have smart home technology in their own home, what about everybody else? That was the genesis.
Yeah, that's a great story. Well, I hate to push you away because I'd like to talk some more, but maybe, well, I'll get to your booth.
Absolutely.
Tomorrow or on Friday, so we'll talk some more then. But it's been a pleasure having you on the show, Mr. Patel.
Pleasure being here. Thank you.
And again, check this out, everybody. Mr. Patel is the founder and CEO. So is it Deval? Deval. All right.
Founder of Lotus.
Yes. I was afraid to use your first name because I'm so bad at it. Robert. Yeah. We'll just call you.
Similar to Robert Duvall.
Yeah, there you go. I love it. But you can check this out, everybody. If you're looking for a way to make it easier to control your devices at home, this is a very, very easy way to do that. So again, Deval, I appreciate it.
Thank you. It's good to be back. We were here last year.
Yeah.
For the best of the best.
I had to take 1 year off. So, but I am back as well. So I appreciate it, and we'll see you on Friday. All right.
Absolutely.
Take care.
Have a good one.
All right.
The Tech Podcast Network's CES 2025 coverage is executive produced by Adam Barker. Technical director is Kirk Corliss. Associate producers are Nancy Ertz, Tracy Ingram, Xerxes Goddard, Brandy Jackson, and Aviva Cram. Voiceover by Aaron Hurst. Our hosts are Marlo Anderson, Don Bain, and Scott Ertz. Studio and equipment are provided by PLUGHITZ Productions. The TPN studio executive is Todd Cochran. This has been a Tech Podcast Network production, copyright 2025.